Oh, what's up, Bookish babes? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be going over all the books I read in the month of February. And before we get any further into this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all, no, I did not read Love Radio, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I kind of knew in the back of my head. That after I started the Capone series, I wasn't going to get to it because the Del Gato twins, the sister Capri, like I knew that once I got into that book and I deep dived into the complete series, because yes, I did read all three of Capone's books, and I started Capadonna first book. I just knew I knew I wasn't gonna get around to reading Love Radio, and yeah, that's the me thing. That's my fault. But y'all, I did read a good amount of books. I think I read like 10 books. But before we go anywhere, I want to let you guys know that I will not be reading any other book until I finish. Yes, ma'am. We got the arc to Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan, and it's Hendrix's book. And y'all, if you know me, you know that ever since I got the arc to This Could Be Us, and I finished that book, I was like, yeah, I want Kendrick's the arc to the next book before it comes out, because I need it. And I got it. So we're gonna be diving into this as soon as I'm done with this video, because why wait? You feel me? Like, why wait? I am going to ignore these kids today. No, I'm not. I'm gonna feed the kids, get them ready for bed, and do all the parenting things. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna be ignoring them. You feel me? Yeah. I'm joking for the people who would think I actually ignore my kids. But we're gonna go ahead and start with the books I read this month. And I'm just so excited. Like, every time I look over here at my phone, I just get so excited. Let me lock that right there. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the books that I did read this month. We're gonna go with the ones that I read physical copy of, and then we're going to the ones that I read on my Kindle, because I guess that's how we're gonna go. The first book is Play Alone by Liz Tomforty. It's a part of the Wendy City series, which is Mile High. What is it? Mile High, Right Move. Mile High, Right Move. What is this other one? Caught Up, which is about Kai's brother. I'm gonna say Isaiah's brother, Kai. And this one. The next one, I think it's Rewind. It comes out at the end of March, I think, or April, the beginning of April. Yeah, I was so excited about dang on getting Can't Get Enough art that I choked. So that's why my voice kind of sounds crazy right now. But like I was saying, I read Play Along, and I absolutely love this book. I gave this book a 4.75. I love reading about Isaiah and Kennedy and how their story happened, and how Kennedy ends up out of her engagement with her fiance, and how all that happened. If you read book, I think it's 2, right? No, was it 2? No. If you read Caught Up, and yeah, if you read Caught Up, then you know about Kennedy, who is the what is they called? Is it the personal trainer, the physician? I don't know. She's like the doctor she's like a sports doctor, and you read about how Isaiah was obsessed with her in that book. So they got their own book, and I absolutely enjoyed the crap out of this book, y'all. Did I even film myself reading this book? I don't even know if I did film myself reading this book. If you guys didn't get a vlog of me reading this book, I did read it. Let's just get that out the way. Then I did a reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame because Onyx Storm came out, and I wanted to do a refresh my mind on what happened in these books. Once again, I gave Fourth Wing a 5-star. I gave Iron Flame a 4-star. I still enjoy these books. Everything about these books are just like, I don't know. It was just like so refreshing to go back in and be back in the world with these characters. Zayden, Violet, even Dane, for the most, I guess, even though I don't like Dane, I did not like him. Like, he do get like a redemption in this book, but I just still don't like Dane. I love her friends. I love the friends that she created, well, she made in when she first started college. I really love her friend group. So yeah, we gave this a reread, and I believe next month you'll see that I will be reading Onyx Storm. I did do a reading vlog for this, which will be out sometime after this. I don't know when. I have to edit it. So yeah, we read those two. Now on to the books that's going to be on the screen. That was Kindle reads, and I did read another one. Hold on. Beverages Games. I did read this, and I honestly forgot because it was tucked away in the well, I didn't forget I read it, because you can't forget you read this book at all. Like, it gave me Ace of Spades and the Hunger Games vibes with this book. That is not what I was expecting at all when I first started this book. It started off with her talking about this competition, I guess like this little, it's like a competition or something that they was this contest basically where girls meet up with this wealthy family, and if they choose you basically get a full scholarship, a ride to the scholarship, to the college of your choosing. And the way that it was not at all what I thought, it was crazy. Like, when I say it jumped in, y'all. I have a reading vlog on this out. It's I think it's like my ultimate book buying video, my ultimate reading vlog or bookish video. Y'all, if you haven't read this, read it. I hate that it took me so long to actually get to it, because it was on my radar for the longest, but I never picked it up, so I kind of like love radio. And I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I finally picked it up and read it, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.75. It was so good, y'all. So good. Like, really, 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 really good. Like, reread type of good, because I really enjoyed the crap out of this book. And I'm glad I read it, y'all. It was so good. If you haven't read it, read it. Don't be like me. But like I was saying, back to the books that I read on my Kindle. First we started out with Keep It to Myself, and basically it's about this boy. What is his name? It was on the tip of my tongue. Sonovi. It's about Sonovi Black, who ends up in, I guess you could say, like a teenage shelter, a shelter for boys without guardians or whatever. And he ends up in there basically working, and he ends up going outside one night and seeing that this girl was about to get sexually assaulted, and he kind of stepped in to assist with her, and not knowing that she came from a family that was kind of well off, and she ended up throwing a party at her sister's house where she asked Sonovi to come over and go with her to this party. She ends up going to the party. Sonovi ends up staying over and getting caught in the sister house, because it wasn't like an Airbnb. It was her sister house that she actually left Sonovi in. That's how it goes. But I really enjoyed it, y'all. It was really good. I gave it a 4.25. Good book. Good book. That brings us to the next book, which is Keep Giving Me Love. And mind you, y'all, first of all, the way I just explained that book, this is the second book, Keep Keep Giving Me Love is the second book too. Keep It to Myself. Y'all, I just explained that book like it was just some vague. It was so vague. First of all, so much happened in that book where Sonovi's mom that left him with her grandma, like he ends up linking back up with her and finding out what happened to her. He was sleeping with a married woman. If y'all like read it, if you read it, then you know. If you haven't read it, then read it. I gave the second book a 4.25 as well. I really enjoyed the crap out of this book because it was so entertaining. Like it kept my attention. It kept my attention. Then I read Capone. Y'all, the ending of each of the Capone books are gonna make you want to dive into the next books. Listen, when the first one ended, I had to go into the second one. If you see my reading vlog, then you know it was not up to me. If I wanted to know, like, it's just one of those books that you read and you can't not immediately pick up the second one, because the ending of that book was like, let me see. And this is not really the ending of it. It was just like, I can't even come up with a scenario without actually feeling what happened. Like, it was so good. Like, it does have violence. It does have depth on paper. Like, child. I need me a man like Capone. Like, well, no. Because I want my life to be in danger. I'm sorry. Never mind. I want a man and thoughts like Capone. Because the way that man catered to that girl, I got that book a 4.75. I absolutely love it. That was the first book. The second book, I gave the third book a 4.5. So I did read all three. I gave each book a 4.75. I enjoyed each book. Each book had me on the edge of my seat. And the third book kind of leads you into Cappadocia series, because it ends with, never mind, because that's a spoiler. So yeah. After reading those three books, I end up reading Luca by Gray Huffington. Now, Luca's sister Lyric had a best friend was going through like a domestic violence issue with her daughter's father, and I don't like that man. I hate that man. Like, oh God. He got exactly what he deserved. And I'm sorry to say it. Like, he got, like, Luca wrote for her. Like, Luca wrote for her, for real. Like, it's just, it's no other way around it. Like, Luca wrote for her. And no matter what, even he didn't have to know her. The fact that they didn't even know each other for that long, and the way that he stood up for her and loved her kids. And the one thing that got me about this book is how, even though she was coming out of a bad situation, she had nothing, everybody was like there to lend a helping hand, like to basically be that village to help her raise her kids and get back on her feet, and to get her back into a healthy mind space, and to let her know that, like, we here for you, basically. Like, we here for you. We'll help you take care of these girls. Like, everything ain't always got to be on you. I really love that about this book. But anyways, Lyric is Luca's sister. Luca ends up going to jail he ends up catching a charge behind something. But, you know, you have to read the book to get that, because I feel like that's what Lyric book is going to pick up on. I feel like that was her book is going to pick up on. I'm sorry if the light keep going in and out, but yeah, now I feel like that was her book gonna pick up on, is what happened in that situation, or basically talking about her trauma behind that situation. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I don't want to talk too much about this book, because I feel like if I say any more, it'll spoil it for the people who haven't read it. But I got it 4.25. I really enjoyed Luca, and I think that was all 10 of the books I read. Their Vicious Games, Keeping You to Myself, Giving Me Love, Capone 1, Capone 2, Luca, Play Along, 43, and Capone 3. and Iron Flames. So those are all the books that I read in the month of February. Let me know if you guys read any of the books, and if you did, let me know your rating, your thoughts and opinion, or comment down below and let me know what you read this month, well, in the month of February. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. I'm finna go read. Can't get enough. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.
I'm calling bullshit. Say you got it, but you ain't got nothing. Bad bitches don't